Okay, so we are back to briefly discuss why Preston is here to explain to me why George is out of his mind and there's no possible way we're going to get Winds of Winter very soon, even though he kind of alluded that we may be getting it soon in his latest blog post.
What aspect of his latest blog post do you think even hints at this?
Okay, let's get into it. So on May 21st, he put out a blog post. Here's Egg.
Here's Egg. Yes.
Before we get into that real quick, I have to say, I do recommend to the audience to check out the Tales of Dunk and Egg comics. I'm sure they're available in other formats. Audiobook, of course. Who's the voice actor for it? It's the Viserys actor from season 1 of Thrones, right?
Yes, Harry Lloyd.
Harry Lloyd, thank you. I forgot the gentleman's name. But I recommend checking it out in comics because it's a very different experience because we've all consumed Ice and Fire, whether it's the books, the audiobooks, video games, board games, whatever. It's like a new medium before the stage play comes out. So I highly recommend that. But
I recommend reading it. I recommend the audiobook. Like Tales of Dunk and Egg are like page for page. They're better than Ice and Fire. They're really, really good. They're really, really good. Everybody should read Dunk and Egg. They're fantastic.
So we have here him talking about this kid. The little boy is going to be playing Egg. We have him showing a little video of Egg shaving his head. The actor, Dexter Ansel, Sol Ansel. And props to the kid for shaving his head and not putting like some that weird shit on his head to make it look like he's bald. So props to him for that. But apparently we have our Tansel Too Tall, Steely Pete, Baylor Breakspear, The Laughing Storm, some of the Fossaway Boys, Arryn Brightflame, and Prince Maekar. They have the first table read. Everything's going along smoothly. So phenomenal.
Yes.
And then he says here, the Hedge Knight will be a lot shorter than Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon with a much different tone, but it's still Westeros, so no one is truly safe. I hope to visit the shoot come July when I swing by Belfast on my way to Worldcon in Glasgow. Okay. George has to visit all the sets to give his blessing. It's like before a ship goes off and you break the champagne.
Sure. So. It's also he's enjoying life when he does that. He likes seeing the sets.
Mm-hmm. And here it is. Here it is. The show will make its debut next year, and if it does well, the Sword and Sword, the Mystery Knight, and the Mystery Knight will follow. By which time I hope to have finished some more Dunk and Egg stories. Yes, after I finish The Winds of Winter. Okay, let's break this the fuck down a little bit. Okay, so what this means is Winds of Winter imminent. Here's why people think this. Okay, so 2024, Hot D Season 2. I'm writing this down. And then 2025, Dunk and Egg
Season 1.
And then 2026, Hot D Season 3.
Yeah.
And then 2027, Dunk and Egg.
Dunk and Egg Season 2.
Season 2. Yeah. And then 2028, Hot D Season 4. Hopefully the last season, because, oh my god, if they have to extend this. 2029, Dunk and Egg, Season 3, the last Dunk and Egg story.
Right. Yes.
So
2029. Yes.
Fuck, how old? How old is
5 years.
Fuck.
So you're saying that because this text says that in 5 years he hopes to have some more Dunk and Egg stories finished, that he will somehow have The Winds of Winter finished?
Yes, sir. We finally have a date for when we can expect Winds within 5 years. This is a celebratory.
What a sad delusional fandom we have. What a sad delusional fandom. Oh my god. First of all, you could even take it look, that he would be like, oh, but script writing hasn't begun. I can just give you an outline of what's going to happen in the She-Wolves of Winterfell, and then I'll have the text done by the time it's released. So I have until 2027, 2031, right? So it'd be 7 years. Come on, man. Come on, him promising something in 5 years. Like, this is the best. This is the best we have.
Yes.
I mean, he's made previous promises about 6 months, and they were blown through. He's made previous promises about next year, or he gets locked up in a cabin.
I remember that the cabin, blog post. Yeah.
No, it's just, I mean, to make this sort of like statement, like, oh, in 5 years, hopefully I'll have some more Dunk and Egg stories and Winds of Winter finished. Like, that's, come on. And even taking like it beyond this, like, no, the Dream of Spring, not even mentioned. Like, that's not even a goal anymore. Like, a Dream of Spring is like a goal off the table. You know.
Well, one foot. What's the phrase? The American phrase. One leg in the pants at a time. What's the phrase?
Oh, well, I think you mean one step at a time. Putting your legs on one, putting your pants on one leg after the other is a phrase we use for being normal. He says, "Oh, he's a normal guy. He puts his pants on one leg at a time."
Whatever. One foot in front of the other. We'll get to Dream when we get to Dream. All jokes aside, though.
Will we? Will we?
All jokes aside, what he's saying here is this: within this 5 years, not only is he going to finish Winds, he's also going to finish a couple more Dunk and Egg stories, which I feel like he likes the Dunk and Egg stories more than he does.
I mean, come on. Dunk and Egg stories are a lot shorter and a lot easier. He could easily write the Dunk and Egg stories. He could easily finish She-Wolves of Winterfell. That's something he could absolutely do. That's not a massive undertaking like the Winds of Winter.
True. So many years ago, someone once told me, it feels like George has more fun writing, doing world building than he does writing the mainline story. And we had this conversation on call privately a while ago, and I'll bring it up here because
Carmen calls me up and he's like, and he's talking about that, and he mentions that, and I was like, oh yeah, like, I think you and I both know what it's like to procrastinate, you know, like, oh, I have a video to make, but I got to mow the lawn. You know, you find some other project to work on rather than the thing you need to work on. You know, you're like, oh, but it's still work. And it is. It's something that needs to get done, but it's not the thing that needs to get done.
Well, for people who haven't read the books, like in the later books, Brienne, she's tasked with finding the girls by Jaime Lannister. Okay, fine. Same as in the show. But then it's a much slower story with her where she goes into the Crownlands and she's at Duskendale and, you know, she gets to this location and there are people in this location who give her backstory on what happened to the Mad King and how the defiance of Duskendale went down. And then with Davos, he's tasked with doing this one thing. So he gets to Sisterton and then the guy there gives him backstory as to that one time Ned Stark almost drowned and like so and so forth. And it becomes like this whole world building fest where almost every single character our point of view character encounters wants to tell them like a backstory about once upon a time this went down at this location and we just want you to know this because we want to tell you this. They've been itching to tell this one story to our point of view characters, and it's like, dude, is this really it feels like you're wasting time, and it also feels like you're more interested in world building everything else besides moving the plot along. And that's kind of that's kind of the later books.